very recently, I've weighed in on the debate panel on Revolt TV concerning many of the panelists, Killer Mike and T.I. and Candace Owens in particular. And I've done my videos about Candace Owens, also up and coming, if not really fastly, probably the number one most noticeable young black conservative in the country today. She has garnered a lot of success, and as New Possibilities pointed out, she's been giving a huge platform to speak on black issues. And Revolt TV, that debate we saw there, people were booing her in the crowd, okay? And people were saying that they didn't want to let her speak. And she was making some good points here and there during the debate. But black people don't want to listen to her. This is my good buddy's argument over at the Anthony Brian Logan YouTube channel. He just had a birthday. Happy birthday to my brother Anthony Brian Logan, another up-and-coming young black conservative, very talented. He says black people don't want to listen to black conservatives. Because why? They're black conservatives. That's it. Because they're simple. It's simple. They're black conservatives. And this is the same argument for Candace Owens. But to reduce the African American population to that thought process would make us very simple-minded, and that is not the case. Black people don't like Candace Owens because she's a black conservative, okay? That's not mainly the case. Black people don't dislike Brandon Tatum because he's a black conservative, or dislike ABL because he's a black conservative, or whoever else, Jericho Green, or the other brother that's on the Amazing Lucas. This is not why black people have a problem with them. And I will tell you, a lot of the things that they say is true, okay? They're very good at pointing out what's wrong with black people and what's wrong with liberals and white liberals. Black conservatives, they have those talking points laid out fine. They know all of the symptoms. But do you know what black people really get disturbed by? These black conservatives, mainly Candace Owens, I'm really dealing with her, they never talk about the root causes of such issues. And they will always look for ways to put blacks on the firing squad while at the same time protecting whites. You know, they have a lot of answers for why blacks are so messed up. But whenever there's issues that come out that are hypocritical of white conservatives or white Republicans, white mass shootings and things like that, Candace Owens and others are relatively very quiet as a mouse. Okay? They have nothing to say. You know, I believe she made a statement. And I verified this, and I saw this on New Possibilities show. Out of 100 things that black people face, white racism wouldn't make the list. Now, this is an example of what I'm speaking about. Something so delirious. Now, if you would tell me the top 5 things that black people face, if you say that, we might have a conversation. The top 10 things, we would say that, maybe. But out of 100 things, white racism wouldn't make the list. In fact, the number one terrorist, from what I understand, according to New Possibilities video, and I want to link that there, he says that there are more white terrorists in the United States damaging America than even other foreign groups, whether that be Cuba, whether that be Russia, whether that be anywhere else outside of the States. America's problem, or black America's problem, was a white supremacist situation to begin with. The wealth gap was that to begin with. And you see, when black people hear that, Candace Owens, and they hear those talking points, Candace Owens, they know that your talking points are paid and store-bought and charged on a credit card for them. That's what black people know. You have been bought and paid for. No different than Don Lemon, no different than anybody else. And so what black people think about you is that you are completely disingenuous. And whatever you say that come out your mouth, whether it's the truth or the lie, it don't matter. They don't want to hear it. This is why the black community doesn't want to hear anything from Candace Owens. And you see, here's another thing. Remember when T.I. asked her about what was the best era for blacks, make black America, when was America ever great for black folks? Was it the crack era? Was it when women couldn't vote? She says, I totally wear a hat called Make Black America Great Again, which is, again, not the argument. But go over to Candace Owens' page. Ask me, what would you see on her page? Do you see Make Black America Great Again? No, you see Make America Great Again. See, here's the truth about 99% of black conservatives. 99% of black conservatives, in my opinion, mostly probably have 90% of a non-black audience. Their fans that they have that support them are not black. The black community doesn't want to hear from them because I'm also a person that likes Donald Trump. I'm a person that comes out and says I like Donald Trump. I think that he's good for the country in many ways. You can disagree with me or not, but I have 100% almost black audience, right? What's the difference? The difference is I am calling it down the middle. Not to say that I'm more greater than them or whatever, because I'm fans of these channels, right? I agree politically with almost 90% of they're saying about American politics. Here's the issue. Candace Owens isn't a black community person. That's another issue. So now you have that, you have a delirious talking points and disingenuous. And Candace Owens is not a black community first person. Black people know that. They feel that. She's not really about our issues. But that's the price you pay when you go to the black conservative money-making machine. When you start kicking Donald Trump, it's a money grab. Because in 2015, Candace Owens was writing on an anti-conservative blog. Now she's not, right? So we understand that a lot of black conservatives that are on social media, it's a money grab. It's one of the best ways to make money right now. Come out. Talk about the black community. Talk about this black on black crime hurting the black community. And those same talking points that you always hear. Let's downplay racism. Let's say things like, racism was everywhere in the world, and be against reparations. That's most black conservatives talking points. It's always hiding white folks' part in the situation and punishing blacks. Okay, what about black on black crime? When the system has also created a lot of these situations for that black on black crime to do. Now, black on black crime is an issue. Yes, it is. But it ain't like that black on black crime got there by itself. And when you ask them that, well, whose fault is that? This is what you get. But Candace Owens isn't a black community person. When you are a black person and you start talking Trump politics and you start talking about what's going on in Black America, I would say some of these groups force you to want to speak to the black community. Candace Owens doesn't want to speak on black issues, in my opinion, I don't think. My buddy Magnificent, he's a black person that happens to be a conservative. ABL, he's a little bit more in tune with the black community than in Brandon, but these are people who are not really in the black community. They don't really deal with, they're black, they happen to be black while being conservative, but that don't mean they want to serve the black community. These people have lives. These people are doing things. They are Americans. Okay? Their sphere supersedes the black community according to their audiences, right? They speak on all American issues. But one of the things I think Republicans do and conservatives, they try to force these people to speak only on black issues and try to get out there and debate the black community on these things when they know damn well that the black community don't want to hear from these people. And it's not because they're black conservatives and it's Trump. It's based off of things they've said previously. And it's based off of the fact that they downplay whatever white people do and they try to punish black with their talking points. That's the damn bottom line. And a lot of conservatives that are black, if you want to offend black people, be married to a non-black person. Now, it is true, having conservative talking points is a little bit more riskier, typically. But also, one of the things the black community doesn't respect, black people who are interracial marriages to be honest. Now, you might have a little bit of that on the Democratic side, but really, that's another fuel to the fire. Candace Owens is married to a person that's white. The black community doesn't want to hear from those people. Even on YouTube, we know there was a big YouTuber in our sector that is in an interracial relationship, and he had people making videos about his stuff. It goes to show you, and he has all black talking points, right? It goes to show that black people typically are going to have a problem with blacks who are in That's further fuel to the fire. That's how blacks see things. Okay? So no matter what you're saying, it could be the truth. That's typically how blacks look at it. And she's not really a part of this community. Black community issues are not primary to her. And black people know that. And then you say, well, why are you listening to T.I.? Well, why are you listening to Killer Mike? Well, why are you listening to these people? They don't have a plan. But that's all they talk about for the most part is black issues. I'm not a fan of T.I. I've criticized him. But this is the reasons why black people don't want to deal with Candace Owens. And they will never listen to her. And she could never garner a black following. It's not going to work. It's not. Most black conservatives can't garner a black following. Not with those talking points. But again, it makes it very difficult to criticize the people who are paying you. So anyways, guys, thank you for the support. I don't have any issues with her or any other black conservatives. I wish my brothers well. I think they've done a great job. But I got to just tell the truth. A lot of people see a lot of the younger black conservatives right now as not really being part of the community, and they're not vested in the efforts of black community stuff, and their talking points are not black first. That's just what a lot of people feel. Okay? That's just the truth. So, guys, let me know what you think. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.